What up, guys? Yeah, I've got another beer review going for you, and today, again, still don't have all the equipment. We'll get that back next week. But today, this is from Brew Detroit. It is, or Cold Brew Detroit. It is a coffee stout, and it's starting to get cold outside. Finally, might actually see a little snow. But yeah, as you would guess, made in Detroit, Michigan. It is a 6% ABV. And, yeah, just a coffee stout. I could go for both right now. So, let's just get a cracking. There's nothing. It's one of those things where you crack and you're like, wait, is this flat? Has this been punctured? We're going to have problems. So we'll see what that turns out to be, or how that affects. This is a very, let's see if you can, very dark, like uber dark. The head is super muddy looking, like very dark as well. Not, yeah, this. I'll explain about it, at least for visual. I mean, it looks like a stout, but it looks very dark. Extra dark, at least for the head. But anyways, let's just, whatever. Let's get into the review, get into the taste. Or, skipping ahead. I'm just so excited to drink it. Get into the review, get into the review. I'll figure out how to talk one of these days. And get into the smell. Oh yes, very, I mean, it's coffee stout. Definitely. It's got that, you just, you know, opened up the if you get the tin, you smell it in the tin, or if you're looking at the bag, you're trying to huff in that little stupid hole that never really works. You getting that very just coffee roast, very prominent. It very much has that aroma of an iced coffee. If you get that kind of stuff, there might be a hint of malt. We'll see when we get into the taste. There might be a bit of that kind of thing going on, but the iced coffee is so prominent. It kind of takes over everything. Maybe a hint of dark chocolate. And I could also see a dab of lactose in there. I'll have to check on the can to see if there's lactose in it. It smells like there might be a very dab minute of that kind of milk sweetness, but predominantly it smells dark chocolate, iced coffee, tad bit of milk or creamer or something in there. But I think it smells pretty interesting. I think it smells good. I could go for an iced coffee right now. I think I'd rather it be warm, the temperature, but I can go for that. So I'm going to recommend it on aroma. Let's get into the taste. Yup, very pronounced coffee grind right in the tip of your tongue. You know, it has more, instead of an iced coffee, I'm getting more of that. You left coffee in the coffee maker from the day before, and you just don't feel like heating it up, and so you're just kind of pouring it and drinking it. That's more of the taste that I'm getting than the, you know, brewed iced coffee. You know, intentionally cold. This tastes unintentionally cold, if that makes sense. There was a bit of maltiness to it, kind of like you over toasted the toast a little bit. It's got a bit of that kind of flaky burnt going on at the tail end of the coffee, but that kind of goes pretty decently with the coffee taste. You just kind of maybe you didn't burn the coffee grinds, but you're getting there. So it has a bit of that kind of maltiness to it. Dark chocolate, yes. I think the dark chocolate goes pretty well with that kind of burnt or almost burnt thing going on. I'm not getting much of that lactose that I thought I was picking up with your aroma-wise. There still might be a hint No, I'm going to say no. There still might be some in there. I'm not really getting more of that. I'm getting more of the maltiness, that kind of burnt. That kind of is the taste that you're left with after you drink it. So you get that kind of overnight coffee, cold coffee taste in the tip, and you get some of the over toasted maltiness mixed with the dark chocolate, but the predominantly remaining taste that's lingering in your mouth is that maltiness. So if you're into that, this might be okay. It's not overpowering. Sometimes for the stouts, or for certain stouts, I feel like it can that burnt maltiness can almost overtake the rest of the flavors. This is subdued enough to let the coffee and some of the dark chocolate, that's not as pronounced, but it's there. It lets those other flavors still kind of stand out so you can pick them up, which is good. I feel like when I opened it, there was no carbonation. There was no tss or anything. I feel like if they carbonated it at all, then it would almost make the maltiness kind of take over. I find that if I get like a carbonated stout, that tends to be what happens. The malt kind of takes over the rest of the drink. So as is, I think everything works pretty well. I don't know why. I feel like there's something that I would like to be added to it, and I have no idea what that is. It's like, you ever eat something where you're like, it's good, but it's missing something. Like, that's kind of what I'm getting with this. Like I can't put my finger on what I would want added. Maybe it is that dab of lactose. That would kind of, I think the lactose sometimes kind of blends everything nicely. Not that the taste going on right now doesn't kind of like segue well to one another, but sometimes I think the lactose really helps aid in that. But for the most part, I like it. I think it is a nice, just kind of cold coffee drink. So, yeah, if you're into that kind of just a chilled coffee, or you're somebody that, if you left coffee overnight, you're just like, screw it, I'm just going to drink it again. By all means, check it out. So I'm going to recommend it on taste. I think it's pretty decent. Alright, next category is value for price. What is it? Did not leave the sticker on. Alright, I was going to give you the exact price, but I cannot. But, it was a little more pricey. I think it was like $3 something. Not the worst you're going to pay for, a craft micro beer. And it is the pint, so you get more of it. So, it's not the greatest price value in the world, but it's not, like, incomprehensible. We're just like, I don't know why you're charging that, So I'm going to give it a half on value for price. I feel like you could probably get similarly comparable cold brew coffee stouts, or just coffee stouts, or whatever you're into, for similar, if not a better price than this. But it's not enough to scare you away. Next category is distinction. How distinct is it? And there's really nothing about it that just kind of blows my mind and makes me be like, whoa, this is so much different than any other cold coffee stout. I'm glad that they have a cold coffee stout. It's gotten to the point sometimes where I get a little frustrated when I'm going into like a brew pub and it's nothing but IPAs and sours. I'm like, okay, I get that that's the popular thing nowadays. But I want to see a stout. I want to see like a red, maybe a nut brown, a wheat potentially, and then go wild with your popular beers. But a lot of times nowadays, I'm finding that it's all that, and so it's nice when somebody does make the other styles. So I dig that. I dig that they make it, and it's not bad. It works, but nothing really stands out about it. But it's not bad, so I'm going to give it a half because I've had enough bad stouts, coffee stouts, where it's just they let the malt take over, which in certain stouts is okay, but if coffee comes before the word stout, I feel like the coffee taste needs to be the predominant taste to it. Otherwise, you're kind of missing the top line point. and they do it fine. So I'm gonna give it a half. It works. It's not bad, but it doesn't really stand out. Next category is drinkability, and I think it drinks just fine. 6% ABV, which is pretty good for a stout. Like I said, the maltiness isn't too overpowering. Everything kind of works. It has a nice coffee flavor. It's very drinkable. Again, the lactose I think would probably make it a little smoother, make it easier to drink. Even more so, but for the most part, I think it's fine. So I will recommend it on drinkability. And last category is would I buy it again? And I think it's good. I think it's fine. I would have no problem buying it again if I saw it at a bar or whatever, and I felt like having a coffee stout. Absolutely. The only problem with it being a cold brew, so you want to serve it a little chilly. You could almost literally pour this over ice. If you really wanted to do that, you probably could, and it wouldn't really screw with it too much. But it's just in this weather, I don't really want something that's like, I don't know. When it gets warmer out, and I want like a coffee stout, yes. I don't know what the distribution of this is. I will try to include it in the bottom. Sometimes I've wanted to include it in the bottom, but some beers are just like they only sell in like the one state. They don't even tell you. But yeah, check out the description below. I'll have a secret brew link in the bottom, and you can see where Brew Detroit is available, if it's only in Michigan or if it's surrounding areas. But yeah, I'd have no problem getting it again. So yes, I will recommend it. I'll buy it again. And so yeah, that's my review of Brew Detroit's Cold Brew Detroit Coffee Stout. I think it works pretty well. Not setting my hair on fire for what little I have, but it does everything pretty well. So if you come across and you feel like a cold brew stout, give it a whirl. Let's see. Blah, blah, don't drink if you're pregnant. Let's see what kind of info we got here. It does give you flavor notes. Okay, notes of chocolate, caramel, toffee. Complement locally roasted cold steeped coffee. So according to them, it's cold steeped. I still feel like it has more of a morning after cold coffee, but whatever. I'm not the expert on coffee, so if they say it, I'll go with them for it. As for the caramel and toffee, I didn't really pick that up. And I didn't see anything about... Yeah, it doesn't say anything about being lactose free, so maybe there is a bit of lactose in it. A lot of times, if they don't use any, they'll tell you, gluten free, lactose free, blah blah blah. They don't say any of that on this. So look that up if you're looking for lactose free beer. This might still have some in it. Anyways, that is the review. If you like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And not too long from now, I will have all the regular equipment back up, and hopefully the video looks a little better, and all that stuff. But anyways, so for myself and for Brew Detroit Cold Brew Detroit Coffee Stout, take it easy.